Evening, it's Brian at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. This car has just arrived. It is a Honda CRV and this is an Elegance model, but there's all plastic all over it, so I'm going to have to take it off. We are Fitzpatrick's Garage in Kildare town. Brian is my name. If there's any information like in this car, please do give me a call, 086 843 1945. I love the way they put the plastic covers on the wheels, so they are nice and protected on the way over. But there's one other thing we need to do first, and that involves popping up this bonnet. So when the cars get transported from the factory, they are missing all the fuses. And when I say all the fuses, I actually mean just two of them, but they allow us to get power. The idea is when the car is getting transported, especially from places like Japan and stuff like that, it's not drawing power the whole time. Anyway, as you were saying, this is the Elegance model. It's a really, really nice specification, so bear with me. We're going to have a look around this car. So, starting off at the front of the car while the bonnet is up, this is our Dreams VTEC Turbo, 170 horsepower. Petrol car, actually fun to drive in an SUV. That engine, so far we've had a demo and we're actually running, realistically speaking, in the region, very easily. If you go up a motorway or something like that, drive nice and easy, 110, that kind of thing. 6.5 litres is what I've done, and then our demo is probably averaging closer to about 7.5 at the moment in terms of litres per 100 kilometres. But remember, it's a 170 horsepower petrol engine. So in terms of how the car drives, it's so different than normal SUVs. We have diesel for so long. This is really, really different. Put your foot down, it makes a nice snorty noise, and I really like to go with that engine. You have a dual exit exhaust setup on the back, so there's not too many SUVs in petrol that have that at the moment. So what else is significant? If we have a look at the headlamps, as we can see in through there, LED all the way across for the dip and also for the full in through here, and then these are nice LED daytime running lamps which also function as parking lights. But if you see along here, you got the chrome section that kind of cuts into the headlamp, and also what I see here as well is these look like cornering LEDs. So that means basically when you have the wheel locked, in this case as I do down here, and the steering wheel obviously turns to the right, you have extra lighting that's basically coming out and over to that side. Really, really useful function as you're pulling into a junction. The other nice thing as well is we also have LED front fog lights on this particular model as well. So when it comes to headlighting, this is real good. Those headlights are also a auto adaptive headlight. So it just means when you are coming towards traffic, they will dip, and then basically when you go back into an unlit area, they will go full as well. The car is really nice and black, but there is a colour choice obviously. I just happen to I like black. I think it's really, really classy overall. What else do I see? Down through here, there is a nice skid plate in a sort of brushed aluminium finish down through the bottom there as well. And then also you have that nice chrome grille on the front of the car as well. Those wheels are an 18-inch alloy wheel. Moving down the side of the car, there's a really nice chrome strip all the way down through there as well. So it complements quite nicely the chrome around the windows. And the other thing as well is on this car, you've got brushed aluminium roof rails as well. So again, maybe I'm biased because of the black, but if I turn the wheel out, that's quite a nice side profile on that car. So because you have the bits of chrome, and actually on the rear bumper over here there's more chrome as well. We have some around the windows, as you can see here. We have the nice rails up high along through there. We've seen the brushed aluminium finish, the privacy glass on the rear. Black is a classy colour. I think it looks really, really well in this, and actually it's got a black leather interior to go with it. Let's keep moving down around the back of the car. The headlamps, the tail lamps are LED also as well. So if you see the strip which comes all the way up and around, and actually to go with that, you've got LED turn signals on the rear of the car as well, and they are also on the front, which I forgot to show you. So along through the top there. So I know I keep focusing on lighting, but I really, really like LED lighting on the car. So this car's got LED lighting everywhere. Fogs, turning signals, cornering lamps, headlamps, dip lamps, and then as we see around the back, it's also got the same thing as well. New CRVs, nice roof spoiler up high, and then after that, I think they have done a really good job making the back of the car square and symmetrical. I quite like that because it gives it a larger, more aggressive presence that was on the previous model before that. And I think things like just the exhausts and stuff like that as well make it sporty, make it look aggressive. I think that's quite nice. This one, because it's Elegance, all-wheel drive. So 1.5 turbo, 170 horsepower with all-wheel drive. After that, let's have a look at the boot while we're back here. This one's got keyless entry. Actually, one other thing as well, they're nice blue LED style license plate lights. So the boot is nice and big, and what I like is symmetry. I love symmetry. Light on that side and a light on that side, rather than one where you can see on one side of the boot and you can't see on the other. Unfortunately, in this workshop, it's not helping, but the boot, as you can see, is very, very long, and the lighting is quite good. And then after that, we have a spare wheel, and then we can drop the seats forward. Safety belt's probably not helping there. And actually, do you know what, while we're walking around, here's one thing you're going to see. Okay, that's taking a little bit longer than normal, but the safety belt is restricting it, so I'll get that out of the way. Check out the door. Look how wide it opens compared to a lot of SUVs in the market. I'm just going to kill this blinker here for a sec because it's doing my head in. Look at that. In terms of transport, it's there, so nobody's hand is going to scratch the car, and even the steering wheel has got a coating around it. So that's the kind of care and attention that goes into a car when it's being transported. So as you were saying, very accessible. This kind of veneer finish with brushed aluminium, tweeter, speaker, piano black down along through here, electrics for windows, and obviously steel bars for side impact protection, curtain airbag up high and through here as well. And the material on the seating, remember, as we were saying, this is an Elegance, so it gets full leather. What I'm going to do is let the back windows down. The child lock is on, so we're going to hit that. Drop the two back windows, and I'm going to walk around to the other side, and yet that gives a lot more light in the rear of the car. Fuel filler cap is in through here. Remember, we're petrol, so we don't have to worry about things like AdBlue and stuff like that. You could actually literally, you could make a good run at that and jump straight through it. It's so like, and why would you want that? The reason is, right, you want to load like children in around, or you know, basically awkward kind of stuff, access for people getting in and out. You've got a child seat there, you want to get in and around. It's so much easier than a normal car. As we were saying, that material is nice leather, and I like the material pattern that's on it. It gives it a more upmarket executive kind of look. In terms of the armrest in the centre, you have storage, and then in terms of size in the rear, I haven't moved these front two seats, so to be fair, that can definitely go forward. Actually, that driver's seat is more accurate. Oh yeah, LED lighting up here, so LEDs in the roof, but look at that, plenty of space. It's a nice place to be. In terms of what do I see in front of me when I'm sitting here, I've got USB down through there, I've got ventilation in through here as well, more plastic just for protection on the car as well. As I move up front, more protection. Again, this car is brand spanking new, so we do not want to scratch it. Lumbar support for lower back. I'm just going to lift this up here for a sec so we can have a better idea of how that looks. So nice leather interior, height adjuster on the seat, lumbar for lower back, as we were saying, obviously back and forward, rake, reach steering wheel, so in and out and up and down, but you'd expect that on a car of this value. Passenger seat, because Elegance, is going to get the same treatment in terms of height adjustment and also lumbar support for lower back as well. Material over here, soft kind of leather on the dash. Again, piano black in through here, veneer in through here, brushed aluminium over here, same treatment on the doors. Classy looking, really classy. Black, lovely. It's like when it's cleaned up, gorgeous. Okay, so after that, then more tweeters, more speakers. In this case, we can de-ice the front windscreen. Okay. Collision mitigation, so basically if you're about to impact an object, it's going to try and stop you from hitting the object. Lane departure warning, it basically warns you if you've drifted out of lane. Parking sensors front and rear, and this one has a start stop button. In through the centre, storage in through here, This comes out as well if you want, or goes backwards. Drinks holders in through here, 12 volt power outlet here, and then further down in there, apologies about the light, I'm going to turn on these two lights here for a sec. Okay, so that really hasn't helped, but anyway, there we go. Oh, there is a light in here actually, that's cool. USB connector, 12 volt power, 2 USB connectors, and HDMI, which I know you can't see there at the moment as well. And brake is automated with a brake hold, so on a hill it stops you rolling backwards. So you know, if you hit the brake, some people worry about rolling backwards. It won't roll backwards. It'll give you 2 seconds before it actually rolls, and then if you want, you can hit a brake hold, which permanently stops you from rolling backwards. But actually, a woman said to me today, do you know what? But the same thing, just pull up your handbrake like you would have had before. Lift, it stops you. Drive away. So she's actually right. Econ, which is to reduce how aggressive the cruise control and air conditioner and all that stuff is. But moving the gear stick up here, it's nice, and it actually creates space in through there as well. In through here we have our climate setup, so I'm just going to turn this on. Right, climate in through here, I can touch and swipe. I'm going to turn off these lights. Actually, before I do that, off. Turn these lights off through here. We also have, which is getting pretty important in cars now, an SOS kind of function, so it'll pick up if you've had an accident, record it and send it to emergency services. There's also this darkens itself when people come up behind you. This is to monitor what's going on in the rear seat, so it's what's called a conversation mirror. So you've kind of 2 mirrors. Climate. So if I touch my climate function in through there, okay. What am I doing wrong? Oh, sorry. Okay. Right, I'm going to come back to that in a sec. I think I have to hold that down. There you go. Okay. Now we're set up, and now we're into climate. I'm going to turn that down for a sec. Apologies about this. This is the complete start up because the car is brand spanking new. One thing that's handy, actually, they've gone into these buttons. These are permanent, so you don't have to always toggle back through to the start menu. Right, what we see here, let's get climate out of the way first. So I hit climate, and it's basically like what we saw, touch and swipe on and off for air conditioning where you want the air to blow. But there's hard buttons here, so you don't essentially need that. You can just kind of up and down through here, warm or cold on each side, that's fine. And then we've got heated seats, 3 different functions. After that, then let's go back into home. Home is going to give us things like, we'll say, navigation, which is Garmin. It's all touch and swipe as well, like the other ones. So navigation up there. Why am I not pressing that? Right, fine, there you go. It's actually, I know it looks simple, right, but it's actually not. Trying to do this through a camera, you're trying to find where your finger is. Apologies again, everything is really slow. This is only starting up, so this is the first time the navigation's ever been set up on that. While we're doing that, we have the sensors front and rear, and then we also have a camera as well. And actually what's cool in the camera is, right, it's pointing to the roof right now. Different kind of setups, panoramic and, you know, straight downwards and all that kind of stuff as well. And this here then is telling you what's going on around you. I'm going to show you that a bit better in a sec. But you see, you can make a bigger camera, or you can hit this little half diamond thing and it comes up. I'll show you that a little bit better actually. Okay, so we're going to reverse back towards this transporter, hopefully not into it. So normally I'd have a camera, but this is now giving me some help all the way around. So it reminds me of what the BMW setup used to be. So you see the way, it's just so much easier to use because you know what's going on around you, that's all. So I just wanted to show you how that works. As you're saying, back into home, you have your audio, general setups for Bluetooth, smartphone connection, which is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, brilliant functions once you have your phone on, which basically takes all the information from your phone and puts it up on screen, things like Google Maps and Spotify and WhatsApp and all that kind of stuff as well. Right, other than that then, on the screen there is cruise control over, sorry, not on the screen, there's cruise control with basically a setup where you can say how far do I want to stay behind the car in front. I can have my lane keep assist in through here, so it's trying to actively, this one warns you if you drift out of lane, this one actually tries to keep you within lane. Bluetooth over through here, trip information here, average speed, fuel efficiency, all that kind of stuff in through there, navigation. So you can display everything up through here rather than having to rely on the screen over there as well. Revolution counter up through the centre in through here. Nice snort off that engine. And then after that you have the likes of the speedo in through here. And that's one of the things I like about this car. It's actually fun because it's not diesel, it's petrol. There's a nice little snort from the exhaust on the rear. That's the whole thing about Hondas. It's something different. I mean, there's so many cars on the road that you can pick up in terms of an SUV, and they do all the great things that this car does as well. But what I like about this car here is it's something different. You drive up and down the road, you're not going to be met with a ton of the exact same car. It's a chance to be kind of individualistic. And for somebody, we'll say, that is not doing massive annual mileage, they don't want to be worried about DPFs in terms of just how, like a diesel car has to be driven like a diesel car, so it does need work in terms of how you drive it. This car is more for someone that wants something a bit of fun, and will say they don't want to have to kind of constantly go, right, every tank of fuel I have to drive the car out the road to make sure my diesel particle filter is cleared out. So that is a CRV Elegance. That is a minor overview in the car. It also has keyless entry, I forgot to say, so that means we can bring up and down the windows and bring in the wing mirrors obviously from the key. But the other thing is when you go to get into the car, you just put your hand in, it opens up, and then to close it, you're just walking away from the car as well. So very, very useful. If you want information on the car, Brian is my name, 086-843-1945. If you want to see about trading in your old car, or you want finance information or anything like that, no matter where you are in the country, please do not hesitate to give me a shout. This is an absolutely fabulous car. Honestly, I'm not trying to give you a big sales pitch. I actually think this is a really, really nice car. So hopefully one of these CRVs is of interest to you, and thank you for taking time to watch. Actually, sorry, one more thing, totally forgot to say. We are Fitzpatrick's Garage, family-run business in operation for almost 70 years. So we do Honda, obviously, as you've seen. We do Hyundai, we do Mercedes, after sales for Toyota, after sales for Lexus as well. So if you spend a lot of money on a car like this, you're going to be going to a garage here where you know you're going to be looked after, because you expect an after-sales service. There's a warranty on the car for 3 years, roadside assist for 3 years as well. And depending when you buy the car, there's going to be offers from Honda as well. So anyway, there you have it. Thank you again for your time.